Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Updated Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the all-arounds of Arc. That's right, we're talking about the ABCs. The A, it stands for Arc, the B for Basics, the C, whatever you want it to be. If you're interested in seeing the original one, the link is up here. Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Phlinger, and welcome to Arc Basics. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most important things that you can actually tame on Scorched Earth early on. No, we're not talking about the thing on my shoulder. That's something for another video because they are absolutely super important. But in order to get a really good start on Scorched Earth, you need to get the little dude over my right shoulder. That's right, to the left for you guys, the Morellatops, the camelosaur. These guys, they are absolutely amazing, and they will help you gather resources and get to places so much more easily, so much more conveniently, and their ability to gather things, it just really helps out. You'll be noticing you're harvesting up things that you were just trying to harvest by hand out of that, and you were having no luck, but they're just be able to get it. It's magic. That's just the way it is, all right? Morellatops, they're just so good. All right, so let's get talking first about a few of their different things. Well, one, they are a camelosaur. Notice by the leathery humps over them, which also means they take reduced damage if you hit them on that part, which is kind of interesting. I think it's kind of cool. They have an effect of like a Dodicarus. If you hit them in the wrong spot, they take less damage. It makes sense to me. But this is why whenever you're trying to tame them, try to go for a headshot as much as you can. It is kind of important. It will help you out in the long run. But also, these guys, they are really, really easy to tame, even though their size will make it seem like they're intimidating. Now, a couple of the things they have available to them. One, well, you can ride them just like regular dinos, but also you can actually fill water tank from inventory. It is very, very cool. These guys are camels. Also, you can also fill inventory water containers. And then also you can even drink the water in their back. Yes, that's right. You can I just want to think it's like some sort of a zit that you pop and you just like slurp it. I'm not sure what's going on, but I mean, honestly, that's the only thing I can get around on this. I mean, there's all sorts of weird different things. Granted, I don't want to like cut it open or anything like that. This is my buddy. We'll just look at it like it's a zit. All right. You're welcome for the mental image. All right. But yeah, also if we take, let's see, let's drink this. All right. And then we take this, we can actually... Okay, well, that's not working. All right, so we can take this, we can pop that in there. All right, and then we just fill water tank and inventory. Oh, no, hey. Okay, you fill from the water tank. Okay, you just use the dang thing. All right, that's so much simpler. All right, don't even worry about the radial on that one. All right, but yeah, you can give it water. All right, so this one right here is if you take this right here and you put it into their inventory, you can fill its water. And then this right here is you can fill, your own. But apparently they're still working on this. I have a feeling it will get fixed. All right, but also this right here, it will also irrigate your crops, which is actually kind of cool. Very cool, actually. All right. But also, yeah, if you're out and about, they can actually hold up to 750 water, which is pretty good. And you can actually just look at them and see just how much water is stored inside of there. Like I said, it's magic. All right, now you can fill their inventory just by coming up to the water, kind of popping them down a little bit like that, and just letting them sit. Or you can, if they're having problems with that, you can actually just put them right into the water, and they will actually just fill up, right like that. There we go, 750. All right, and it does it for you really, really easily. All right, but if you're having problems, just either submerge them into the water, and it makes them so much easier to just get them filled up. All right, but one of the easiest ways to actually get these guys, and you can get these guys extremely early on, either use a bow with trank arrows, or, you can even use something as simple as a boomerang. Yeah. Really, really easy. Now, boomerangs are very simple to craft. You just need a little bit of sand, a little bit of wood, and a little bit of, let me find boomerang here. A little bit of sand, a little bit of wood, a little bit of fiber. Very, very easy. So let's just craft up a couple of those. Make sure you have a couple of these things in your inventory when you set out to go actually tame one of these guys, because it is kind of important. All right, and we're just going to ride this guy out as just help us get from point A to point B. All right, so when you see these guys out in the wild, and there's one up here. There's another one over there. These guys are naturally skittish. They're emboldened. Oh, there's a raptor down below. Lovely. 2 raptors down below. I'm going to have to take those guys out. But they are very, very skittish when they're by themselves. So there's one up here. That guy right there, he'll actually run from us. But there's 2 down there, which means that if they're within close proximity of each other, they get emboldened and they'll fight back, which is kind of cool. I love that they carried over that AI mechanic from Arc SE into Arc ASA, because it just it makes them so much better. It makes them more controllable, if you might. But see, yeah, I'll throw this gun at this one right here. Bam, he's gonna run. Oh, yeah, he's gonna run. I thought there was like, oh, there's one in range. No, he'll just run. Now, a lot of times they'll just faceplant on stuff, like right there. They'll just faceplant on stuff while they're trying to get away. Sometimes they'll run for a little ways. But yeah, granted, if he's just gonna faceplant, let them faceplant. Take advantage of it, get up to it, and knock them out. Now, if there are multiples there, what you're gonna want to do is you can actually work on one of them while you're luring them into like a taming pen or something of the sort. Or you can even set up a few billboards to lure them into that you can just tame them while they're aggressive, and then kill the one that's not trapped, and then, you know, you have the one that is trapped because, yeah, they let their anger get the best of them. That's the thing. It works. All right, let's actually see how this is going to work once I got to clear up a few things. Raptors down there, and yeah. All right, so we can actually just take... And they don't have to be like super closely spread or super closely set up, because these guys, they're big. All right, just leave the spot like that. All right, now what we do is we go pick a fight. All right, now I think these ones may be a little bit too far away. Coming at me, or are you gonna run? All right, my goal is to actually get a couple of them together just to show you. All right, that guy right there, he's an easy tame. He's pinned himself on a wall. All right, okay, that guy's peacing out. All right, guys, fight me, all right? I'm trying to show people. Here, I'm picking a fight with you. Thank you. All right, now, just take this guy. Okay, apparently we lured that guy away. All right, so they're cowards. They really are. That's the moral of the story here. But if they're fighting you, just lure them in, set it up like this, and then just right behind them. Just bam. Very, very simple. Yeah, they can damage it, but by the time they damage it, they don't have very much torpor. They're going to be knocked out. Pretty good. So, now that we've got that, all right, now to tame these guys, it's literally just straight simple kibble. They're really low level, or... we could just throw in some measure berries or some veggies. I'm not going to tame this guy. I don't need a level 5 one in my life. But, yeah. But all it is just measure berries. Very, very simple. All right, so now the things that they gather. So if we're actually out here, we're gathering up some of these trees, some of these Joshua trees here. They don't really gather too much sap from these. I have had them gather some sap from Joshua trees, but it's just normally not the case. All right, but one of the things they absolutely excel at is these little cactus plants on the ground. These things right here. All right, so we can go up and we can actually just get, you know, get a little bit of cactus, a little bit of stone, a little bit of berries. These guys, forget about it. Now, this is the right-click attack. See that? He gained 8 cyan berries, and, you know, it was like, oh, hold on, wrong button. It was 14, you know, azul berries, 9 amar berries, 139 of this stuff, the cactus sap. And this is what their preferred food. which means that they're just eating the crap out of it. It's amazing. So yeah, just the right-click attack is a ground stomp, which will harvest up so much. 316 off that. Now, if we use the left-click attack, they'll gather a whole bunch as well. But the left-click attack is more of a kind of a tight conal AoE. But the stomp attack is just, well, the front attack, the regular attack, the left-click attack is conal. The right-click attack is an AoE around you. So, yeah, just keep that in mind with harvesting. Yeah. But the conal attack, the regular attack, it does more damage. But the AoE attack, it hits a lot more around it, which is really, really cool. All right, so also when their movement speed is actually generally pretty good. Really good. So, and then we come up here, and then, you know, and then also for early survivors, if you need to, you can just go like this. Mow down on a whole bunch of this cactus sap, and it really helps out. I mean, look at that. Our food is already, yeah, our food and water already back up to full. It's absolutely amazing. These guys will get you so much cool stuff. Now, there's a couple other things that I want to show you that they're really, really good at gathering. All right? Also, not to mention, they are really good at defense. Just keep things kind of, you know, lined up in front of them. They've got a decent pushback. Almost as good of a pushback as a trike. Almost. Not perfect, but almost. And they also, you know, they won't be able to harvest anything. So if you're... That's one of the downsides, is that you can't harvest anything from them. But, you know, it's an herbivore kind of thing. But also one of the coolest things is you can use a Morellatops to knock out another Morellatops, because you can fire off their saddle, which is really, really good for something of this size. Because I think the Morellatops is the biggest dinosaur that you can actually use a weapon on their saddle, which makes them really, really good. Also, bred ones of these get unbelievably tanky. It is so good just how tanky some of these guys can get. All right, now here we are at these little wonderful blue flowers. These are the magic blue flowers of Scorched Earth. Everybody wants these, everybody needs these. Now, if you harvest them by hand, you have a small chance of getting a little bit of fiber. If you harvest them with a whip, you do get fiber, right? I mean, you do get silk, right? And which means that, you know, you can actually, you know, use that to repair your whip. Now, if you harvest them with a Morellatops, you have a chance of actually getting rare flower. There we go, rare flowers. And this is one of the easiest and early ways of actually getting rare flowers on Scorched Earth, is using a Morellatops to harvest up those purple berries. Also, you have a small chance of getting rare mushrooms, which is great for Procoptodon needs. All right, not to mention the vast amount of berries that these guys get. It is insane just how many berries these get. Also, they do get a really high source of plant species Y seeds, which this right here, this is the kibble for taming up the Jerboas, which is absolutely just amazing. All right, but they get a very low amount of silk from harvesting up these purple flowers. So if you need to get silk, use a whip. If you need to get rare flowers, use a Morellatops. It's absolutely amazing, just the things that these guys will get. They'll get you things you didn't even realize that they were there, that you were able to get. Very, very cool. Also, when you go out on your very first adventures in Scorched Earth, when you're just getting started, get yourself a Morellatops. When you need to, you can stop. Oh, wrong button. You could stop, you could drink the water, and then you could just move on. It's very cool. And this is before you get a sustainable source of water. All you have to do is have a Morellatops, and the Morellatops will easily be able to keep you watered. And then also, whenever you get ready for those crops, you can actually use the Morellatops to irrigate the first little bits of crops and then go back and forth. But granted, with Wi-Fi water on ASE, it's really not that super important. But it is a functionality that is there just in case if you need it. All right, now for leveling these guys up, I would actually recommend when you're very first starting and you get your very first one, level that health up. I mean, try to get it up to about 3,500, 4,000, something like that. Something that actually allows you to take a couple hits. You know, so where you can get out, you can adventure, you can go get those resources, and then you can come back and you're not super worried about it. 3,500 is a really good sweet spot. 4,000 if you just need that extra little bit. Stamina, I would get their stamina up to at least about 1,000. These guys, they will burn through stamina like nothing else. And so, yeah, there's nothing worse than going out and, you know, speeding across, getting to a spot, and then all of a sudden your Morellatops runs out of stamina. It's a really bad problem I've had in the past. Make sure you get it up to about 1,000 just so you can go long stints of running. It will help you out. It does make a bit of a difference. The weight. Honestly, I would say probably about 700 is a good weight. After that, you really don't need to touch it. It all depends on how you're using your Morellatops. And then for melee damage, 250, 300, something like that. With their pushback, melee damage isn't super important, but as long as you can just keep that pushback. But once they're within range, so where your pushback is no longer hitting them, then that's when you kind of wish that you would have had more melee damage. So I would actually recommend, as you're leveling them up, 3 levels for every 5 levels, 3 levels in health until 3,500, 1 level in stamina, 1 level in melee damage. Once you hit 3,500 weight, switch that up a little bit. Go with about 2 in stamina till about 1,000, maybe 3 in stamina. And then melee damage, and then once you hit, you know, your sweet spots that you want, just pump the rest into weight and melee damage, however you see fit. And then if you need more water, you can even increase that, all right, because this is increasable. Yeah. All right, so hey, I hope the video helped you out. I hope you guys enjoy the Ark Basics. I'm just trying to get as much information out there as possible to help out as many people as possible. So hey, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger, and take it easy, everybody.